Good morning. Shabbat Shalom to those of Israel. All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth, the living Creator who is one, supreme, the authority, the Spirit which moves all things in place. There is nothing like Him. He is worthy of all praise. Be sure to glorify the Creator. I've had to backtrack. I've started finally getting all of my content set up on a playlist, and when I came across Exodus 20, it seems that I don't have Exodus 20 done, but I absolutely know that I did Exodus 20, and it was I don't know what happened to it. I really don't. It's really weird. So we're here at the Ten Commandments, Exodus 20, and God spoke all these words. So I'm trying to identify for people who are reading the Bible and stuff that there are many different types of gods. So here at the very first parable, and God spoke all these words. God here, again, Elohim. Elohim are something that are used of the Supreme Creator here. It's important to understand. All right. And then when we move to the next parable here, you have, I am the Lord. So the Lord is the self-existing or eternal. Those in the providence of Israel today, or should I say Jerusalem today, call him Jehovah, but the Israelites call him Yahweh. So this is a distinction between two races. It's telling you, I'm trying to explain to people that there's two races of people. One race was created on the sixth day of creation. Evil was created, was permitted. Something was permitted to create evil on the sixth day of creation. And then another creation was made later in Genesis chapter 2. And this one has the breath of life put into its nostrils. And that's the difference. Some of us are living, breathing, and alive, but have no spirit on you. And if you have no spirit on you, then you're one of those that were made crooked. So I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt. Egypt is anywhere in the world that's slavery, man, because that's what Egypt represents, is bondage and slavery, out of the land of slavery. So the Roman Empire has hidden themselves. Everybody thinks that the Roman Empire has disappeared, and no, we've always been underneath of Roman law. You shall have no other gods before me. This is your very first commandment, and you have gods here, which is the same thing as God here, Elohim. Elohim is used, and other gods, lowercase gods, here is the same as Elohim. So God and Elohim are interconnected, and this is where Christians get their Trinity. Okay, God, Supreme Spirit, the Creator, the Supreme Creator that ordains power to His creations. He's the one that ordains it. No one can deny that He's the one that puts people in the power. The same way that you have the Pope who sits in power at the throne, and he is the ruler of this world, and he sits as the physical vicar to the invisible throne of God. What you're doing is you're placing a man at God, the Spirit's throne, and that, my friends, is called idol worship, which is the next parable, Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or the earth beneath, or the waters below. So here you have an image. You shall not make for yourself an image. It's telling you. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, Bible Hub. And then you have this God here that creates man in an image. Right there. Let us make man in our image. So you have the Supreme Spirit here, the authority, the Israelite God, who's telling you that you're not to make for yourself an image. So the God that made itself in an image was permitted to create itself in an image, and it made itself an idol for worship, because of all the other angels in heaven were worshiping what was created. You are worshiping the creation more than the creator. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God. Okay, here, God Elohim again. The Spirit, the supreme creator, which created good and evil to his glory, is jealous? That makes no sense. No, a jealous God would be a God that was created, that's placing itself in a position of power, and it's requiring all the worship. It's saying, worship me instead of the Spirit. I just don't believe that the Supreme Spirit that moves all things in place is a jealous God. I believe that something that he created and gave power to is a jealous God. I, the Lord Yahweh, your God Elohim. Yahweh Elohim, so Yahweh is Elohim. Why do I say that? Exodus 15:3, Bible Hub. Because Yahweh down here is a man of war. The key here is that Yahweh is a man. Okay, and anything that is a man, it can't be supreme. I'm beginning to think that Elohim are of darkness. Hear me out on this. The very word El, 410 of the Strong's Concordance, means Almighty, the Almighty El, okay? El is the electrification of the materialized world. El is short for electricity. El is short for the elite. El is short for Israel. El is short for the elected. And you have the word elite in the word Israel. Now, not saying that Israel, the people of Israel, are evil. Not all of them anyways, but Satan did say to the Spirit, the living God, these two gods that are talking amongst one another, okay? These are gods that are in conversation with one another. They're bearing down in flesh suits right here. And I maintain that anybody that is in a flesh suit, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is a man, Yahweh is a man, and Jehovah is a man. They're all men of war, and they're all men of battle. And anything that is of a man is not to be worshipped. Sorry to break it to you. It's right there. I'm showing it to you in blue, black, and white, and I'm reading it straight to you that Yahweh is a man of war. This poses a serious problem. Numbers chapter 23:19, Bible Hub. God is not a man that he should lie, or the son of man that he should change his mind. Does he not speak and not act? Does he promise and not fulfill? God here again, Elohim. This is the God El. I'm telling you. God El, plural in the still plural. God's in the shortened objective, the Almighty, especially the Almighty. So the Supreme, the creator of all things, the Spirit, is not a man. The Lord, Yahweh, and Jehovah are all three stated as men. If you are worshiping a man, then you are not worshiping this supreme creator. Also, this man that's created in an image of God is a phantom. Okay? And a phantom is a ghost. A ghost is the spirit of the dead. And this God that created man in his own image created an illusion. It is an illusion that has been pulled over your eyes. Very important to understand. Okay. I am a jealous God, punishing the children of sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. So the Lord God is telling you that he's a jealous God and that he will visit the sins of the fathers to the fourth generation. But here, the souls who sin is the one who will die. A son will not bear the iniquities of his father, and a father will not bear the iniquities of his son. The righteous of the righteous man will fall upon him, and the wicked of the wicked man will fall upon him. So you will be judged for your sins, not for your father's sins. That, folks, I'm sorry to tell you, is opposite to you shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I am the Lord your God, and I am a jealous God. You shall not bow. See, everybody thinks that when Yahweh is giving this command, you shall not bow down to them, images of Jesus Christ on a cross. This is what you think. You're consumed into thinking that they're talking about this. Okay, this is called idol worship. Okay, worshiping this dead man on a cross is called idol worship. This is called idol worship as well. This is idol worship. Worshiping these Hollywood stars and these pop singers. Okay, here is idol worship. Okay, and they push the agenda of these stars on you. So the music industry is putting the truth right in front of your face with these songs about the pineal gland. Give me a second. I want to get to a particular spot. See, the pyramid, Trinity, and the all-seeing eye. Play with magic. The man created on the sixth day of creation. You could even say that this guy right here who's playing Satan, he is the magic man. What's he going to show you here, man? The diamond, a woman's best friend. No, I got news for you. That is indoctrination. A woman's best friend is a man, not a fucking diamond. All right? You nutbags, did you hear what I just said? Get out of your material sense. Get out of it. I'm so fed up with you people, man. Like a dark horse. All of this is Egyptian symbology being placed right in front of your face, man. So here where God says that he's a jealous God and he's going to punish the children for the iniquities of their parents to the fourth generation of those who hate me. is opposite to here that says the sons will not bear the iniquities of their fathers, and their fathers will not bear the iniquities of their sons. That's a contradiction right there in the Bible between Ezekiel and Moses. I know you hate hearing that. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. It's not just the Christians that are wrong inside of this Bible. I'm not saying that all instructors of this Bible are incorrect. I'm just saying that everybody needs to back up, take a breath, open up the scriptures, and really dig in to what's being said. Because the sooner you catch the contradictions, the more you understand why. People are like, well, why would God allow a perfect manuscript to get taken and the scriptures changed? If he's almighty, why couldn't he prevent that? Prevent it, he allowed it. It's what he wanted. Ye shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. So how do you misuse the name? Well, you call on this man here, this Lord that's a man, and you call on, well, what's really odd is nowhere in the Bible does Elohim say that it's a man. So, but Elohim does mean plural of Eloah. So it's still a plural, and anything that is a plural is not supreme. Anything that is used of the supreme creator is not supreme. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, because you've been placed into a slave state. But the 7th day is the Sabbath to the Lord your God, the Lord Yahweh, your God Elohim. The Yahweh Elohim on it. Understand that Yahweh is Israel's God, as the Bible is telling us. And Yahweh is not the God of the Gentile. Yahweh is the God of the Israelites. Jesus is the God that they made up for you. Jesus, the Gentile, made Jesus up. Well, what they did is they took a man who was approved by God, that was sent as a messenger to bring children back to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. To bring the sheep back to the lost house of Israel. So that was this man here's purpose.
The original Hebrews, Jacob. The Hebrews, the descendants of Abraham, are one branch of the continuing story after the great flood. No change of color is ever mentioned in Genesis for any of Noah's descendants. Since they started with an African appearance, we can only assume that this continued. Verses describing events in Genesis support this.
So what we're looking at, look, these are black. All right? Japheth here, look at Japheth. There's your Pope, all right? And then the bloodline of Shem. Here you got, isn't that Ice-T? You got Jesus in here, man. All right, and you got the astronaut in here. This is indoctrination, folks. Never been to the moon, okay? Astronaut is a not because it's not anything. It's all astro present in your mind because they shove it down your face. But Jesus was from the bloodline of Shem, and folks, that is a black man. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your sons or daughters, nor your male or female servants, nor your animals, nor any foreign residing in your towns. Before I go on, let me just point out to you guys that time is a trap. It's a time trap. Time doesn't exist. You are immortal beings which will live forever. Your destination is on you. There's so many different characters here on this playground, on this field. The world's a stage, okay? And everybody on it, all of us, each and every one of us, two-faced gods, are playing a role for the glory of the Spirit. Put yourself in this, try to think, not in the creation story or of his magnificence or his power, the Spirit of truth, the living one's power, not in those senses, but think of the Creator in a sense of before anything was ever created. Or before he created the angels, before creation took place, before the spiritual realm, before any of it. You have one of two choices here, folks. Either we have been here with God from the very beginning, or the Spirit created a spiritual realm, a war took place in the spiritual realm, and then in that war that took place, the material world came to be. Yep. For in the 6 days the Lord made heaven and the earth. Remember, the Lord I showed you, 15:3 of Exodus, says that the Lord is a man of battle. The Lord is a man. So, with technology coming to a place today where they're trying to put us in these virtual realities on these, what do they call them? They're oculists, images of Oculus. Okay, they're trying to put us in these, here, technology. Now imagine technology from another 50 years from now, where now all you got to do is put this headset on and it taps right into your cerebral cortex and implants images in a game. Well, what if our ancients had this technology, as I've been saying long ago? The technology that we have today isn't new technology, it's old technology being reinvented, because in this plane of existence, history repeats itself. Clearly, we blow ourselves up, and in the creation story, the atom separates. And this is where you're getting your multiverses and stuff, or where science talks more about the multiverse that's taking place. That's a deep conversation within itself. The Lord, Yahweh, made the heavens and the earth. Yahweh's a man, the sea and all that is in them. But he rested on the seventh day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. So, in this messed up, screwed up world that we live in today, children are being told to honor their mother and father. I'll be honest with you. I think that the mother and father here is Mother Earth and the Supreme Spirit, your Creator. Honor them. Honor the earth, your mother. This is why they call it Mother Earth. So you can live long in the land. It's telling you right there, the land that the Lord your God is giving you. The Lord Yahweh, your Elohim, is giving you. Elohim are both good and evil. Okay? You shall not murder, and it used to say kill, and in the that was the English translation. In Hebrew, the reason why I brought you here, to murder or to slay, its translation is rat sack. Imagine that, because that's what they are. A murderer, that's just what he is. He's a freaking rat sack is what he is. He's a sack of shit is what murderers are. Okay? Murderers means to kill. It means to be killed. Okay? So in Hebrew, it says, thou shalt not murder. Right? The translation that was given to English was from murder to kill. But my point here is anything that is outside of your own country, going into other people's country, like the USA and every freaking country of the world down near, 53 or hold on. 180 countries America has diplomatic relations with. All of them as crooked as the dirt on the back of your sweaty ass nuts. The government. You shall not commit adultery. Yeah, you shall not lay down with your neighbor's wife. You shall not lay down with the guy's girlfriend or anybody to lay down with anybody else's friends. Okay, you shall not lay down with other men. You shall not steal. Okay? You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. I have seen this at its finest glory. 4 women in a parking lot trying to testify against me because when COVID first came out, I was interacting with people and asking them what they thought of COVID. Someone got all worried about it. They called the police, and the police beat my ass down in the parking lot for no good reason at all. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male or female servants, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Okay? And I'm going to leave it right there because I have an Exodus part 2 that's already completed. I don't know what happened to this part right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish out with 18. When the people saw that the thunder and lightning and heard the trumpet and saw the mountain in smoke, they trembled with fear. They stayed at a distance and said to Moses, "Speak to us yourself, as we will listen, but do not have God speak to us, or we will die." No, I think that I would have loved to have had my Creator speak to me, okay? Or we will die. Why, Israel, are you so scared of your God? What fears you with that? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. This is White Raptor News Ministries.